Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 15. Today for this session I've been watching, I'm gonna try to watch 3 or 4 episodes. That's gonna be a long session I've been watching, that's gonna be great. Maybe I can see all of their internship, in fact, during these 4 episodes, you know, with the rhythm of this anime, I think that it can be like that. We know that this internship, it's supposed to last for 1 week for them, so yes, maybe 4 episodes, it can be great. For sure, I want to see Deku learning more about his power, how to use it, and he already made some progress, so it's so great. Maybe I want him also to have a real conversation with Gran Torino about All Might when he was young, how he had his power, about also his predecessor, what happened to him. You know my theory about that? I think that All Might's predecessor died because he gave him, you know, his power, and I think that all of the ones who had at some point one for power, when they gave it to someone, they began to be weaker, like All Might right now, and after that maybe they died because of it. I think that it's a power that you can have only for a certain period of time, you know, during some years, and after that you have to give it, and that's it, you know, your body with this power was too impacted and it was too much for your body, so because of that you're dying. That's my theory for now. So I think also that this anime implied at multiple occasions that All Might is gonna die, like Deku he saw his face with all of the predecessors, you know, during this fight, and also Gran Torino implied something about it. So yes, I would want for Deku to understand stuff, you know, to connect dots and to confirm me if I'm right or wrong, maybe in fact about that. But you know that theory is going also with my impression that in movies, in books, in animes, in shows, when you have a mentor like that, at some point that mentor has to disappear or to die for the real hero to shine on his or her own. And I think that right there it can be that, you know, for Deku, like it's a little like that, I think, for Deku. We'll see. And I want to see all of the other internships. I hope that we're gonna have the time to see them. Maybe not all of them, but you know, at least Ochako, she chose, you know, that internship to prove that she can be a good fighter, so it could be great to see that. Todoroki, I want to be sure that he's not gonna be influenced by his dad, but that he's gonna learn more how to use his left side. For me, that's why he chose that internship with his dad. So I want to see that also. Bakugo, with this guy who wants to teach him some lessons about his attitude, about how he has to be and stuff like that, to be also accepted as an hero and all. That could be great to see it, and for sure I want to see Iida's internship, because we know that his internship, it's really more something that he used to be right there in that place, in that town, to be able to be close, to search for the villain who hurt his brother. And I'm really stressed about it, because even if I love Iida with all of my heart, I really think that right now he's not strong enough, powerful enough to face that villain. And yes, I'm really afraid for him, for what can happen right there. We know that this villain is there to kill heroes or to hurt them really badly, you know, to take their powers from them. So I can't imagine something like that for Iida. Iida and Todoroki, I really appreciated the fact that they decided to be named with their names, you know. For that period of time, you know, they didn't choose a nickname, you know, as a hero yet. They chose their own names, and I think that it's great, because these two, they built themselves, one in the position of his father and the other one to be like his brother. And the fact that they chose their own names right there, it's really showing that they want to be themselves, but still they don't know who they are truly. They are still searching for that, you know. And I really hope that at some point they're not gonna find themselves. I don't think that it's gonna be right there during this episode or during my session of binge watching today, but one day maybe it can be the case. But for sure, because of that, I'm really more interested by these two characters to see their internships and their evolutions. It can be great. So yes, Deku, he learned how to use his quirk, but you know, he just understood that he has to use it with all of his body, all of that, to not just be focused on one part of his body, and you know, the microwave stuff, you know, to imagine how to use it, that was a good image, but that was not enough. I really think that Gran Torino can teach him a lot. We know that he was one of the mentors of All Might, and we know also that he knew that he was a friend of the one who had that power before All Might, so for sure Gran Torino, he knows a lot. Even if he's old, even if he's maybe losing his mind also, I'm still thinking, you know, about when Deku appeared, you know, arrived, and the fact that he didn't have the same personality and that he seemed to not remember what he said just 5 seconds before. So, you know, after that we had another kind of another character in fact, and we stayed with that character, that version of this character since then. But what about that, you know, what about how he was before? And I'm still wondering, you know, about his ability, his power, it's what exactly? Like, we saw him jumping a lot, maybe even flying, but what about it, you know, what can he truly do? I want to see him also fighting Gran Torino for real. Not into this house, like that's it, you broke already too many stuff into your house. Go to some place to train him, you know, that can be cool. But that's not really an internship when you think about it. He's not gonna go outside and he's not gonna fight some villains and all. He's gonna learn more about his power, his quirk, and how to use it, and that's gonna help really, but it's just gonna help, you know, to be at the same level than all of the other students who had entire years to learn how to deal with their quirks. So, you know, he's just gonna go at the same level than them, and them, during this internship, they're gonna have the time, you know, to fight villains, to gain some experiences. So I thought about it, you know, for Deku, that okay, it's great for him, but in comparison of the other ones, he's gonna stay behind a little because of that. I want to have news also during the session of binge watching. I want to have news about the villains, the real deal, the master, that voice, who is behind it. I don't think that I'm gonna have the answer right there, but it could be great, you know, to see them preparing their plan or something like that. We saw that they tried to hire that new villain, the one who attacked Iida's brother, but nothing else, you know, since a long time. During all of the festival, you know, we just saw that they were watching their television. Cool! But now, guys, you're supposed to prepare a big plan against All Might. We'll see, and I'm gonna see that right now. Let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want on my Patreon, we have 4 episodes of advance, and you have on my Patreon extended or full reaction parts. I put a lot of full reaction parts for My Hero Academia. I saw that, you know, that not the 2 last episodes, but I think that during a certain period of time for this season 2 I put like 6 or 7 full reaction part videos. That was a lot, you know, that was big episodes also, it was for that. And after that, yes, full or extended reaction part, no matter what, it's more interesting, I think, than the version that I'm forced to put on YouTube to just have my videos not blocked. Like, I'm not forced to play with opacity, to cut each 5 seconds and stuff like that. So if you can be interested by that, you have my Patreon, and it's also the best way to support me if you want, if you can. It can be appreciated, it can be useful. I'm a little reactor, I don't have a lot of persons, you know, following me on my Patreon, and I'm not considered at all by YouTube, so if you want to support me, it could be cool, and it's on my Patreon. Let's go for this episode! Okay. It seems a lot for you. And you lost your focus on your power. Come on again? Okay. Don't lose the focus. Ah. Huh? You're gonna hide to have the time to... Oh, you're fast, for sure you're fast. That was closer. I think, no? Yes, maybe to go more with his instinct, you know. Cool. I'm glad to see your internship also. Focus! Chaco. I want to see them outside. Really happy. It's maybe a little too much. Your friend from the police. He was created to be your opposite, to be something against you. He's empty. The body of that thug with 4 people DNA. He was a thug without quirks and they put quirks inside of him. The fact that he can, it's big. You're not the only one who can. But I think that they have to kill each other, people, you know, with quirks, to give it to them. Who? Oh, I didn't expect to have info during this episode. Huh? That end? Okay. I think so. You're not going on the same direction, not really. The system in place. He's very confident about the fact that he can kill you just like that. No! Don't go back there. For Iida's brother, for Iida himself, don't. An habit. He's gonna attack at least 3 other ones. Okay. No, Iida, no, 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 no. I made jokes, you know, about Dark Iida. I don't want that.
これ以上俺の戦法でやると変な癖がつくかもな。コスチュームに着替える。フェーズ2へ行く。
Cool.
いざヴィラン退治だ。
Cool! Facing villains, you're gonna be forced to use your instinct.
そもそも職場体験だ。ヴィラン退治するのは当たり前だろ。
I talked about it during the intro. Cool.
ちょっと興奮する。
Voilà. You're gonna go to Osu?
渋谷あたりは小さな居酒屋日常茶飯事なわけよ。
渋谷って東京の渋谷ですか？甲府から新宿行き新幹線ですか？
うん。
外しを横切る。いいだけど気になるな。聞きにくいんだけどさ。君ヒーロー殺し持ってるだろ。
I'm glad that you guessed it.
うちに来る理由が他に思い当たらなくてね。別に来てくれたのは
So sweet! Already before now?
我々ヒーローに逮捕や刑罰を行使する権限はない。個性
Also,
の規制化を進めていった中で個性使用を許されているんだ。ヒーローはいかなる理由があろうとも己のために個性を使ってはならない。
that's a good
も
rule.
し私利私欲のために個性を使えばそれはとても重い罪となる。ああいやヒーロー殺しに罪がないとかじゃなくてね。ご注目。
Yes!
いやわかってる。
You're nice!
しかしこの気持ちをどうしたらいい？
I know, my dear Bert. Come on. You can do it. Can you stop bothering you?
ヒーローとは異形を成した者のみ許される称号。英雄気取りの背筋主義者がこの世が自ら誤りに気づくまで俺は現れ続ける。
Even his name, you know, it's really showing that he's on the process of fighting the system, you know.
事実、今までにステインが現れた街は軒並み犯罪率が低下しています。
Ah, okay, okay.
ヒーロー殺しはヒーローブリーダーでもあるんだな。
Hmm.
合わないんだよ根本的に。ムカつくしな。
Yeah.
裏切る。脳を出せ。
He has more convictions than you.
大暴れ競争だ。潰してやるさ。大先輩。
How many Nomu did you make? I'm feeling sad for these guys, you know, that he transformed into Nomus.
本当にどうしようもなくなったら言ってね。
He's never gonna say it.
あ、
He's too proud.
お客様、お座りにおつかまりください。
Eh? Another Nomu. Oh, you're strong! Come on, Deku. Go fight! With another Nomu. You want to create chaos, clearly. But what about Stain and all of that? Is gonna do what?
そうそうしい。アホーンが出たか。後で始末してやる。今は俺がなすべきことをなす。
Da?
スーツを着た子供。何者だ。消えろ。子供の立ち入っていい領域じゃない。
He's not gonna go away.
ヒーロー殺しステインだな。そうだな。お前を追ってきた。
Iida!
何も早く見つかるとはな。
Me neither!
その目は敵討ちか。言葉には気をつけろ。僕はお前にやられたヒーローの弟だ。
Da, I'm...
立派な兄さんの弟だ。兄に代わりお前を止めに来た。僕の名前を生涯忘れるな。インゲニウム。お前を倒すヒーローの名だ。
For your brother, you're gonna accept this name.
死ね。
No, no! I'm gonna cry. Oh, I didn't expect it. You know, I told you during the intro that for me this internship, it would last maybe for the 3 or 4 episodes that I'm gonna watch today. And I thought for sure that Iida would go on this revenge path to go after Stain, you know, the villain who hurt his brother. But I didn't think that at the end of this episode 15, he would already meet him, face him, and be in danger like that. Because right there, right now, we have 3 Nomus who are attacking the city. Gran Torino is dealing with one of them. Deku, even if Deku, you know, is getting out of this train, is gonna go after one of the Nomus, and maybe the one, you know, put that big fire into that place. We have the other Nomu who can fly, for what I remember during that moment. But who is gonna come to help Iida? His mentor! No, his mentor, he won't. No, he went to for the real danger, for the Nomus, so his mentor is not just right there. Or maybe he saw, you know, that Iida was not following him, so he went back on his steps, and maybe he's gonna come to save Iida during that moment. I would love that. Even more because this guy is really nice. Like, I already appreciated that during the previous episode when they introduced that internship, the fact that he knew that it was a little weird for Iida to choose his agency, the fact that he was so humble, you know, about it. You know that it's one of my favorite quality, you know, for people in general, to be loyal and also to be humble, to not be arrogant and all of that, in fact. And right there, this guy is really humble, he's really nice. What he said to Iida, he said it, you know, a little strongly at first, but after that he was really a little sorry that he had to be a little strong about it. And it was really just to help Iida and to tell him that to go on a revenge path, it's not gonna help, and that heroes, they are not there for that, to have their personal revenge, that to use your quirk, to use your power, it's something important, and it's something which is also really, you know, controlled by the law. And that's interesting. During the previous episode and this one, they really talked about it, and I find that really interesting. During the previous episode, they talked about the fact that when you are a hero, you are paid by the government because you are making reports, you know, for the villains that you manage to arrest or to kill sometimes. And because of that, you are paid, but sometimes it's not enough, so that's why you are working, you know, for an agency of heroes, or you have also outside jobs. You know, all of that was really interesting. And during this episode, I have the impression that they talked about other stuff about the job, you know, of being a hero, like the fact that you are allowed to use your quirks to be a hero, to save people, but as long as it's for the community, for the society and all, you can't use them for your own stuff. That's really illegal, and you can be arrested for that. And yes, other things like that, which were interesting during this episode to learn. But Iida right there. I understand the fact that he can't give up on searching for the guy who tried to kill his brother. The fact that right there at the end is seeing all of that, you know, taking the name of his brother. I don't know what to think about it, because I would love for Iida to not take his brother's name. I would love for Iida to be Iida, you know, to find himself, to... Okay, he built himself during all of these years. You know, he was admiring his brother that much, that he wanted to be like him and all. And he can continue to take him as an example, but to do everything to be like him, to take also his name, I'm not sure that it's a good thing, you know, for Iida. We'll see. Alright, I really can't think about something which can help Iida, except, yes, for this mentor, you know, the one who has this agency. We'll see about it. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. The other internships, I'm gonna talk after that about the villains, but first the other internships that we saw. Ochako, you have to be more focused, girl, on your work and on the reason why you chose that internship, to get stronger, to be a good fighter, and it's going well for that, but you have to stay focused, girl. Kirishima and Tetsu. I would want them, you know, not making tea and coffee, but really outside, trained, you know, to catch villains and stuff like that. I hope that at some point they're gonna have that. Bakugo. Bakugo, it's great that you want to teach him some lessons about how to be a hero, about his attitude and all, but right there, the thing about his hair, maybe it was a little too much, and in fact, I don't want that for him, for Bakugo, to be like that. I want for him to stay himself, you know, physically and all, that's okay, it's really more with the attitude that he has to evolve. Deku learned a lot of stuff, you know, during his training. He's not... he can't use his power, like, he knows how to use it fully with all of his body, but he doesn't know how to move with it yet. And I think that Gran Torino is right with that, with the fact that maybe Deku is thinking too much and he should fight, you know, with his instinct. And we saw in previous episodes, during some fights, even during the festival, that he's really good, you know, at fighting with his instinct. So he should do that also right there. And maybe, yes, going out, you know, fighting villains would be a good way to do it, because in face of a villain, you don't have the time to think and you're forced to use your instinct. Could be cool. Right there, the fact that Stain, he doesn't want to work with the other villains, I think that it's great because it's showing, you know, the fact that not all of the villains are the same, are thinking the same, and they have all the same objective and all the same purpose. And I think that it's great because during the first season, you were there, it surprised me to have all of these villains suddenly being okay to be reunited and to fight, to catch All Might. It surprised me, I had questions about it, so right there to see another villain who is not okay with that, who is not following them blindly, I think that it's great, it's interesting. And also his position, the fact that he thinks that heroes are bad for the society because the majority of heroes, they are just doing all of that for money, they don't care about really stuff, about their missions. And that information also about the fact that in each town where he was staying, he hurt or killed some heroes, but when he left, the heroes, you know, were still into that place, into that town, changed their way of functioning and were really more focused on their jobs, and, you know, the criminal rate really went down after that. I'm not saying that it's okay what he's doing, but I'm saying that it's an interesting information about, again, that society, this organization, how it's functioning for these heroes and all. It's interesting. Iida, I was this close to cry at the end. I think that if he wouldn't have said, you know, the name of his brother, maybe I would have cried because it was an emotional moment, but the fact that he said the name of his brother as it was his own, it took me out because I was like, no, I don't want that, but I understand why you're doing it, because you want to fight for your brother. But see, because, you know, I began to think about all of that, it took me out of the emotion which was coming. Okay, so I'm gonna watch at least 2 or 3 more episodes right now. That's gonna be something, you know, after this one. This city attacked by 3 Nomus and maybe these 2 who are still right there. Also Stain, who wants to kill an hero, who attacked that native hero, and now who might kill Iida. Okay, we have Gran Torino and Deku out there, but they don't know about Iida's situation right there. We'll see, and I'm gonna see that right now. For you, it's gonna be in another video, so it's all for you for today, for this video, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Crazy.